Four men. All dead now. All four of them. Joey Ramone from lymphoma in 2001. Ramone from a heroin overdose in 2002. Johnny Ramone from prostate cancer in 2004. Tommy Ramone from cancer in 2014. The band that invented punk rock lost every single founding member within 13 years of each other. And the song that defined their career started with a kettle burn, a London hotel room, and a war movie nobody wanted to watch. The Ramones formed in Forest Hills, Queens, New York in 1974. None of them were actually related. The name came from a fake identity that Paul McCartney had used during his early Beatles days, Paul Ramone. Ramone heard the name and suggested they all adopt it. Douglas Cole then became Ramone. John Cummings became Johnny Ramone. Jeffrey Hyman became Joey Ramone. Tommy Erde became Tommy Ramone. Four strangers from Queens with the same invented surname, performing songs that averaged under 2 minutes each, playing every chord at maximum speed. Their first album in 1976 contained 14 songs in under 30 minutes. They essentially created the blueprint for punk rock before punk rock had a name. By 1977, their manager Danny Fields was working them to the edge of collapse. 360 days a year on the road. Not a figure of speech. Literally 360 days. Joey Ramone said in interviews that he would tell their manager to put him in a wheelchair and get him on a plane before he went insane. That sentence became the lyric. Joey had a habit of inhaling steam from a kettle before concerts to clear his nasal passages. One night backstage in New York, he burned himself badly enough to require hospital treatment. The burn and the exhaustion and the road all started colliding in his head at once. Then came Christmas 1977. London. The Ramones' first visit to the city they had heard so much about. The punk scene was exploding in Britain and they were part of the reason why. They arrived expecting the city that had produced the Sex Pistols, the Clash, and the Damned. What they found was a city that had shut completely down for the holidays. No venues open. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Joey and shared a hotel room and spent the entire time watching The Guns of Navarone, a 1961 World War II film, on the hotel television. Joey described it directly. Here we were in London finally, and this is what we are doing, watching American movies in the hotel room. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Those two phrases went straight into the chorus of I Wanna Be Sedated, unchanged. The song was recorded for the fourth studio album Road to Ruin in 1978. It was the first recording ever made with drummer Marky Ramone, who had replaced Tommy Ramone in the lineup. Marky later said his drum part took 2 takes. No complications. No retakes. Just 2 takes and they moved on. Johnny Ramone's guitar solo consists of him playing the exact same note 65 times in a row. Not a sequence of notes. Not a riff. One note. 65 times. He described that as a completely deliberate choice. Maximum energy, minimum complexity. That is the entire philosophy of the Ramones compressed into a 3-second guitar solo. The song ran for 2 minutes and 29 seconds. It was released as the B-side to a UK single called She's the One in September 1978, meaning most people who bought it were not even buying it intentionally. It spent years as an album track and a B-side before the Ramones finally made a music video for it in 1988, 10 years after its release. The video shows all 4 members sitting at a table reading newspapers while increasingly absurd characters move around them at high speed. It became one of the most recognized punk music videos ever made, released a decade after the song itself came out. National Public Radio included I Wanna Be Sedated in the NPR 100 in 1999, a list compiled by NPR music editors identifying the 100 most important American musical works of the 20th century. A 2-minute and 29-second punk song about being bored in a London hotel room was declared one of the most culturally significant pieces of American music in the entire 20th century. It has appeared in over 24 films and television shows. Alice Cooper confirmed that Joey Ramone acknowledged the similarity to Cooper's 1972 song Elected, explaining that the Ramones had listened to a lot of Alice Cooper growing up. The band that inspired the Sex Pistols, The Clash, Green Day, Blink-182, Offspring, and hundreds of others, did it with songs about boredom, exhaustion, and watching war movies in hotel rooms over Christmas.